Good day, everyone. My name is Edmer Ilano, and I'm with Mr. Christian Talagtag. But he won't be here, but he will be included because he participated in the discussion. So, our discussion for today is about the Article 2 Declaration of Principles in State Policies. Okay? But for my discussion, I will be discussing the principles. Okay? So, Section 1. The Philippines is a democratic and republican state. Sovereignty resides in the people, and all government authority emanates from them. Okay, so let's have a deeper understanding. So what do you mean by democratic and republican state? So when we say democracy, it is from the root word demos kratos, which means power of the people. And then when we say republic, means people elect their leaders or representatives. So in that case, people are powerful in this kind of state. So in this section, it proves that Philippines that people are more powerful. People elect their own leaders. People are prioritized here. Okay, in this section 1. It also calls that they elect their own leaders and they rule mostly the state. Okay, so for section 2, the Philippines renounces war as an instrument of national policy, adopts the generally accepted principles of international law as part of the law of the land, and adheres to the policy of peace, equality, justice, freedom, cooperation, amity with all nations. So let's have a deeper understanding. What do we mean by renounces? Renounces means refuse to recognize or abide no longer. So it means that in this section 2, they refuse to recognize any kind of war because war will not adhere any kind of policy of peace, equality, justice, freedom, cooperation, and amity with all nations. When there is war, we cannot adhere this kind of policy. So the Philippines decided to not recognize any kind of war in order for us to adhere policy of peace, equality, justice, freedom, cooperation, and amity with all nations. Sorry if I'm repeating. So for section 3, civilian authority is at all times supreme over military. The armed forces of the Philippines is the protector of the people and the state. Its goal is to secure the sovereignty of the state and the integrity of the national territory. So what do we mean by this? It means that civilian authorities at all times supreme over military. It means that people, authority, us, are more supreme than those who are armed with guns. The military, and also the armed forces of the Philippines is the protector of the people and the state. So it means that the military authority is to protect us, the civilian authority. So in this section, that also serve that the people are more important than them. The people are more supreme. Okay, that the military authority is obliged to protect the civilian authority, us, the people. Okay, in order to secure our ruling in the state and the integrity. When we say integrity, the wholeness of the national territory, the wholeness, the being state of being whole. Okay. Now for section 4, the prime duty of the government is to serve and protect the people. The government may call upon the people to defend the state, and in the fulfillment thereof, all citizens may be required under conditions provided by law to render personal and military, civil, or service. So when we say in this section, government is, the duty of the government is to serve and protect the people. The people are obliged to follow the laws made by the government or provided by the government. Okay, they are obliged to follow the rules that give them services like personal, military, and civil. So this is like a give and take relationship. The government will serve and protect the people, while the people will follow the laws. Okay? So that's the relationships. So section 5, the maintenance of peace and order, the protection of life, liberty, and property, and promotion of the general welfare are essential for the enjoyment by all the people of the blessings of democracy. So it means that democracy, the blessings of democracy is peace and order and the general welfare, and they are all essential for us to enjoy the blessings of democracy. It means that this state is a democratic state and we rule the state by this, and for that means we can enjoy the peace and order and the protection that we can have in life and the general welfare, the state of well-being. We can enjoy that because we are in a democratic state. So section 6, the last section in this principle, the separation of church and states, it shall be inviolable. So when we say inviolable, it means too important to be ignored or treated with disrespect. So when we say it the inviolable, it means that the church and state should not be separate, should always be separated. I mean, the church and state both do human goods for humans, okay? They both do human goods, but they have also their difference. The church are limited only to what you call the religions and divinity, okay? Religions and divinity. But when we say the state is required to protect or give the human welfare, the general welfare of the people. So the church and states have their own obligations, but they both do good for humans, okay? Again, the church and state both do good for humans, but they also have their differences. The church will all requires in religion and divinity, while the state are obliged to give a general welfare. And those two cannot be combined if they are different. That is their difference, okay? It should not be ignored, okay? So the separation of the church and state. So that's all. Thank you. So my name is Edmer. I hope that you learn a lot. Thank you.